Welcome to Stitch and Bee. We are meeting here in Blue Earth, Minnesota, and the community room of the Patton Funeral Home. How this all came about is over a year ago, Welcome Stitchery moved to Blue Earth from Crystal Lake, Illinois. When they had their grand opening, there were some shoppers in who wanted to know, was there going to be a place where they could stitch for the day? So we set up to stitch here in the community room, and the funeral home has been very gracious and they let us use it once a month. So now the second Saturday of every month, we meet here in Blue Earth from 9 to 4. So we stitch, we eat, we share our projects, we have giveaways, we have door prizes, and of course, Welcome Stitchery is open for shopping. Mostly, I think we enable each other in our hobbies. But besides cross stitch, we have people doing a multitude of other things like knitting, crocheting, English paper piecing, diamond dots, wool hand applique. So basically, it is meant to be any kind of a handcrafts that you want to do yours. So welcome to join us. So what we will be doing in this Flosstube is we will have people who come in to show you fully finished items. We'll also be going around the room showing you maybe the brag table, what people are currently working on, basically anything people want to share, you're going to see. So we really hope that you enjoy Stitch and Bee, but we'd also like to invite you to join us. Second Saturday of the month, 9 to 4, Patton Funeral Home Community Room here in Blue Earth. We also have a Facebook page, and that's also called Stitch and Bee. There are a couple questions to answer. They're easy, trust me. And we'd love to have you join us there too. So I have some finishes today. My name is Linda, and my biggest finish that I've ever had is right here behind me, and you will recognize this as being Land That I Love. The pattern's by Teresa Kogut, of course. And I called this the 10-year pattern, the 10-year stitch, and it took me about a year and a half. Again, it's the biggest thing I've ever done. It's on 28 count, but I'm sorry, I don't remember what the fabric is. But I really enjoyed working on it a lot.
Hi, I'm Dee, and this is my finish for the month. It's Little Red Schoolhouse by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. 28 count fabric, I believe it's gingerbread. And then I've been working on Silver Creek samplers, Give Greatly. This is on an 18 count vintage country mocha.
Oh.
That's it.
Awesome. You may have noticed that for a stitch along, we're doing Winter Rose Manor, which is a Brenda Gervais pattern. I have finished mine. Now, this is not a professional framing, and as you're looking at it, you're thinking, yes, it's crooked, and you're right, yes, it's crooked. But I've got it in here right now just so that I could show it. This is an 18 count fabric, and in retrospect, I wish I had done it on something a little bit darker, but you know how it is, you get halfway through and decide, it's a win, we're going with it. So you will be seeing many examples of this, and the fun thing about this is that we are all using a different fabric. The other
Hello, my name is Felicia, and I made this baby quilt for the granddaughter of a friend of mine who died. This is a design on my own, and it took me a while to figure it out. However, because her name is Violet Julie, as you can see, I incorporated the color violet in different shades, and I call this a clothesline quilt, and I put butterflies because I love butterflies. They kind of symbolize to me freedom. I put a little teddy bear, little sacks. I put little garments. Because she was born in the spring, we have tulips, and because her name is Violet, there's a little bunch of violets. I also put, as just a touch of whimsy, I put two inchworms, and one is a gentleman, and the other one is a lady wearing a little flower hat. And I had Julie do the quilting, and I think she did a good job.
The other fully finished item I have for today is also a Brenda Gervais pattern, and this is called Frosty. And Frosty is finished on a wooden board that I think I got at the Target dollar spot, and then just covered everything else up to do the finish.
Okay, hi, I'm Kathy, and I've been quilting for probably a little over 20 years, and I also love to do hand piecing. This quilt here is called Brimfield, and all the blocks are hand pieced, English paper piecing, and then stitched down onto the quilt top, and then quilted. So this is the large Brimfield. This pattern came out first. And then as I was getting this one done, Brimfield decided to come out with other patterns. So this is the first Brimfield I did. Then Brimfield came out with a smaller pattern. And of course, I had to make that one as well. And this again is all hand pieced and stitched down onto this larger fabric. And again, as I was working on this, Brimfield came out with yet another pattern. So I will show you that one as well. And this is called Baby Brimfield. And this is even smaller, as you can tell. Quite the difference between the first one and this last Baby. And Baby wasn't this hard to make. Those are some little pieces to be hand stitching down and fooling with. And when you're doing English paper piecing, you're wrapping the fabric around the paper, and so it gets pretty tight to even get the papers out when you're done. So it was fun to make once, and there it is. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Wendy, and I'm here to talk about my Happy Holidays 2022 ornament that I have stitched. It was a pattern designed especially for our Welcome Stitchery here and our local LNS. It was done by heart and hand, and when I saw the pattern, I thought, I want to change it up a little bit. So I used the called for floss, but I did my own fabric, which is an 11 count fabric, and pretty much followed everything that was required on the pattern, except for the snowman. The snowman created some problems for me, so I ripped out the snowman and I filled it in with some of the more like quilt blocks that were on the original pattern. When I did stitch this, I got to thinking, I like Christmas colors. So I then came up with my own pattern as using Christmas colors. So basically still using the required colors of floss, but adding in more of a vibrant red and a vibrant green. Okay, you can see the difference in the sizes. The black is a 16 count Aida, and the mystery fabric is an 11 count. The only thing I probably would have done differently is maybe would have had a little bit darker color on this one. Did my own finishing. I still have a few things to add to it. I'm going to add buttons in the corners. And of course this one I will finish myself as well, and I haven't exactly decided what it's going to look like, but maybe next time I will have that done.
Hello, I'm Echo, and I have brought a family piece that was started by one of our family members. So this piece we found in our great aunt's house when we were cleaning out after she passed away. Her and her mother, which would be our great grandmother, used to do a lot of projects together, a lot of table runners and doilies and stuff like that. Our great aunt would do the hand embroidery, and then our great grandmother would do like the edging. And this one was a very interesting piece because it's considered, I think it's considered Swedish weave, which we'll do a blown up picture of it so you can see it. But so she had done all the green before she passed away. So now I'm trying to finish it. So I've done all the red parts. And then once I'm done with all the hand embroidery, I'll give it to my sister, who will do the finishing of the fancy crochet, because I don't do that part. So yeah, so of course, it's stained and it's not great, but I have to finish it before I can wash it or the pattern will go away. So this is a long-term project, and